Hey, what's going on, guys? Today is the day. We're gonna tackle number 4, this beast, totally covered in paint for who knows what reason. I don't like paint, and I don't know what kind of paint it is, so I bought some stuff. I'm gonna try this before anything else. It's a paint stripper gel, citrus strip. Never used it. But I've seen some people online using it, so it seems like a good general all-purpose type of paint remover. So I'm going to start off by disassembling the grenade, and then I'm going to apply some of that stuff and hope it works. If not, then I got to resort to other methods, probably try electrolysis. I got to get the paint off the brass because, that one I can't do a lot of like hard scraping and stuff because it's so soft it will get damaged. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, I really just want to loop my finger through here and give it a yank to remove this pin, but I know the string is probably gonna just break on me, and I don't want to ruin it because if this is the original string, then it's like 100 years old. That's okay. We'll pull the pin this way. There we go. That means, ooh, it's talking to us. Let's get this thing off of here. This one actually has the spring and the pin in there. I've got to get that collar off here. It wiggles, so that's good news. Alright, I can see the pin is lined up here. See, that's how it's supposed to come off. It's supposed to be able to just pull it off like that instead of building a jig. I have to use a hammer and a screwdriver. Wow, look at how nasty that is. That is filthy. Holy crap. I wonder if this thing actually got exploded, because it looks like it's been burnt. It's got dirt all over it, but it also looks like it's been burnt. Oh my gosh, did they really like put this on before the paint was dry? Oh my god. You gotta be freaking kidding me. Like, and I don't want to ruin this spring. And this pin on here, some of them will just slide right out, but this one is rusted in place. Oh man, that sucks. And this is all really thin brass, so it's going to be really tricky to get this thing to come apart. I don't know how I'm going to deal with this. I gotta think about it. Alright, let's first try to see if we can get some crud off of it. Oh, it's on there. Jeez, man. It's starting to wiggle. We just gotta rock it back and forth, I think, a little bit. Oh, it's crusty. We got it. We got this. Ugh. Jeez. Yeah. Those pins are locked in there. But since we got the wind vane off, I have just been able to put pressure on this guy, and it's just pushed him out the side because the force of it moving up, because it's kind of got a bit of a taper like this, so it'll just push him out. Boop. Let's see here. may not be strong enough. Boy, they're in there. Maybe we can, if we push them the other way, they will move a little bit. Sometimes getting the brake free, moving them the opposite direction you need to move them. Jeez, I don't want to budge. They're frozen in there. Alright, this thing is frozen together. These side pins are just stuck in there. I have no idea if they painted this all and then put it together or what. I think that they did. I just see, I don't know, it's hard to tell because it's so nasty looking. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and put the paint stripper on there and hope that it breaks down any crud that's in there. And maybe that'll help me free. At least it'll maybe let me see it a little bit better. At the worst, it'll do nothing. So, yeah, let's get some paint stripper out and get this, I don't know, doing whatever it's doing. I don't know what it's called. Stripping. This fun. Alright, now the directions say that it's going to take between 30 minutes and 24 hours. So I'm going to come back in 30 minutes or so, try and see if the paint's going to come off. If it doesn't, then it's got to sit longer. So hopefully something happens here. But that was kind of interesting stuff, that orange goo. So yeah, pretty wild. Look at that. Ugh. Alright, it has been a little over 30 minutes. Let's see what we're looking at. Got some interesting coloration going on here. I don't know if that's doing anything at all. I don't know if it's reacting to the brass or if it's doing anything to the paint. I don't know. The problem is it's painted to look like metal, so it's hard to tell if it's coming off or not. Actually, this is a good test because it looks ridiculous. Ooh, that is coming off. Look at that. It's a different kind of paint, though. So, I think it's got to sit a while longer, though. Yeah. Keep putting that stuff back on. It continues to sit. Alright guys, it's been 24 hours since I put everything in the paint stripper. Let's take a quick peek and see where we're at. I'm hoping that it's working. I'm not counting on it, but I at least maybe loosen it up a little bit so I can do something with the brass, and that's really what's more important. The frag body, I got a few methods I can do it, and it's steel, so it'll stand up to a lot more abuse versus the brass. So let's take a look. Let's see what kind of have a good way to do this for the neck there. I don't know that it's doing anything to this brass paint. I mean, it seriously doesn't appear to have changed anything, which sucks. Now this stuff could be coming off because all this mess down here. So something's coming off of it. Super. I don't think it's working. 24 hours in this stuff, and it's maybe this. This has definitely gotten cleaner. That's maybe gotten cleaner, but the wind vane just doesn't look like anything's happened here. So much for staying clean. That doesn't seem to have done really much of anything. The frag body might have lost some paint, and some of the rods might have lost paint, but any of the brass looks exactly the same. I'm going to rinse it all off here in a little bit and see what actually is coming free. The frag body I can do electrolysis on to get rid of that paint, but the brass I'm just not entirely sure what I'm going to do there. I'm going to have to find something harsher, or maybe wire wheel it if I can. I don't know. I might try to experiment on one of the less critical parts to see if those steel wire wheels will chew up the surface of the brass, or what exactly is going to happen. And also there's that dark top of the neck, which hasn't budged at all either. So not sure exactly what that is. So yeah, I'm going to have to do a few experiments. I think actually what the next step is I'm going to do electrolysis on this, because there's a bunch of rust on the inside. It's not a huge thing, but there's like stuff built up in the threads, and if there is paint left on the surface, I want to get it off, and electrolysis will definitely help me do that. All that came off of, all this stuff came from Hales 3. All right, the electrolysis is going. Doing some chatting online. It has been suggested to me that this may not actually be paint. It could just be bead blasted, which maybe, but it doesn't look like it, but it could be. So the easy way for me to tell is I'll just throw some little dab of aluminum black on one of the parts that I don't care about, that nobody's gonna use on a Obi-Wan saber, or whatever. We can always take it off too, just a little vinegar, and it'll take that black right off. So I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna do a little experiment and see if it reacts. So I've got the aluminum black. We only need to do like one little spot, so let's just going to do right here. Doesn't really seem to be reacting the way it did before, but it is kind of starting to. It's just slow. Okay. Okay, I think that's a positive then, you know, so it's not paint. So, cool. That's good news. Looks a lot cleaner. Still a little bit of patches of what I can see is rust on the inside. The camera's not going to really be able to get that, but it comes right off, so that's nice. I can just hit that with a wire brush and it'll come right off. This is cleaned up the cubes a lot. There's still stuff on the surface like always, but it's all stuff that'll come off with a wire wheel. So cool, that's good. It's coming out good.